butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow.
1962. I went to the hospital to check on the condition of the two girls who had been shot and was arrested shortly after my arrival there by the mayor of the town of Ruleville. I spent the night in jail talking to the mosquitoes with no charges preferred against me.
Hi. Usually, you can believe what you see, but sometimes your eyes can be deceived.
Yes. Well, when I was a little girl in slave days, I always had something to do every day. Every day. Didn't have time to play very much at all. Because I myself was in the house for most of the time. In days like this, while we were outdoors, pulling up weeds, or picking up feathers where the chickens would all make them through the yard, or every day.
Someone came into the room, started shaking the chair. Said, Chairman, wake up, pigs was laughing. And I saw bullets coming from, it looked like the front of the apartment, from the kitchen area. They were pigs to shoot. And about this time, jumped on top of the chairman. He looked up. Looked like all the pigs burst at the entranceway to the bedroom area, back bedroom area. The mattress is just going, you could feel the bullets going into it. Just looked up, he didn't say a word, he didn't move, except for moving his head up. He laid his head back down to the side like that. He told us to face the wall. Heard the pig say, he's barely alive, he'll barely make it. I assume they were talking about Chairman Fred. Then they started shooting pigs, they started shooting again. I heard the sister scream. They stopped shooting. Pig said, he's good and dead now.
The funny thing is, once you start, sometimes it's hard to stop.
Some of the people are definitely against integration. It has scared them and they have come home just crying, Mommy, do I have to marry Negroes? And my answer in handling all the fears that children come in is that you can marry whomever you wish. I come from Kentucky.
Had you known any Negroes before you came to Levittown?
And I can honestly say one of my best friends was a colored girl, and it's such a disadvantage to see her children try to grow up healthy in the atmosphere that they have to live in.
I'm Mrs. Fannie Lou Hamer, and I farmed on the Marlowe plantation for 18 years. I had charge of keeping up with the times and paying off, and I went down the 31st of August to try to register. And after I had gotten back home, Mr. Marlowe told me that I would have to go down and withdraw my registration or leave.
Is fake. They're all designed to fool you. Let's take this, for example.
They sent me to the hospital. They put my lane in the soy bank. They got $1,095. They rented the other lane for $375. They put my children on welfare. When I came out of the hospital, they had taken my fence down and widened the road down through my place. They had went around and got all of my creditors, different people that I owed to trust me, and they hadn't paid anybody. I got a lawyer to straighten my business out, and he told me that he would. Well, he didn't do anything about it. He worried me about selling some of the land. I told him that I didn't want to sell the land. I had to go back to the hospital. So when I came back home.
Well, what do you think is the solution to this problem?
Well, we believe in preventing the evils which must result from coloured immigration by removing the problem completely. The coloured immigrants are already here. That, of course, is a big...
Well then, what do you think is the solution to this problem?
We believe in preventing the evils which must result from mass coloured immigration by removing the problem completely.
In 1961, I enlisted in the War of the Rebellion. We went to Coal Gap, fought the Dutch, and cleaned them out completely. Lost only 7 of our men with more than 250 of the Dutch killed. He picked up rocks and fought with thousands of men around him. He struck Will Morgan in the face with a rock, and John Morgan shot him with an old-fashioned horse pistol, killing him.
Now, let's take a look at this.
Up to press, we have buried about 17,000 people, and we expect to bury about half as much again. When we came here, conditions were indescribable. The people had had no food for 6 days and were eating turnips. The cookhouses have now been organized, and although they have to be guarded so that everybody gets a fair share of the food, things are now going fairly well.
Fly in the sky, I can go twice as high.
This is the 24th of April, 1945, and I qualified at University College Dublin in 1934. At present, I'm engaged in trying to put to rights the hygiene and sanitation of this camp.
Take a look, it's in a book.
There were witnesses.
It was a horrible thing, and I thought they were actually killing him. Blood was streaming down his face, and even it just looked that blood was running out of his eye. I asked someone in the group, just anyone, to help him, and when there was no response, I went to him and tried to assist him by pulling some of the men's arms from around his face. And all the time the men in this group who were standing around were screaming, "Kill him." And that's exactly what I thought they were going to do.
Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow.
So remember, you can't always believe what you see. And there's another way that your eyes can be fooled.
There are professional agitators who can inflame tempers and turn peaceful assemblies into bloody riots with resulting anarchy.
There are professional agitators who can inflame tempers and turn peaceful assemblies into bloody riots with resulting anarchy.
Did you see any of the world famous figures at these conferences?
Yes, it was my good fortune to see Marshal Stalin, the rulers of Turkey, Persia, and several other notables.
A reading rainbow.
How do you feel about your husband making these famous trips?
I envy my husband very much, but he remembers me every place that he's been. This large bell brought from Cairo.
It's in a book, a reading rainbow.
Is fake. And all you have to do is add your actor.
Among the pallbearers was one of Presley's close high school friends, George Klein.
He gave me a car once, and I said, Elvis, I don't have the words to express how I feel. to you about you giving this car. And he looked at me and he said, what is fame and fortune if you can't share it with your friends?
Take a look.
And he looked at me and he said, what is fame and fortune if you can't share it with your friends?
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high.
Most of the time, your eyes deceive you. But keep your eyes open, because every once in a while, the world just might play a trick on you. I'll see you next time.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look.